Good afternoon, YouTubers. Welcome to my Warco 16B mill. I have just installed the power feed. I bought it from Warco. They supplied it. Not a bad price, wasn't the best price in the world, but I'd rather deal with them because if there's any problems, you can always give them a ring and I'll help you out. I bought all my stuff from Warco. There's not an advert for Warco, don't get me wrong. One thing I wasn't very happy about, the gear that was supplied with this was the wrong one. The right one is that one there. It's quite a big gear. Another thing is the keyway. You can't use the keyway. You have to use a grub screw. Well, looking at that grub screw, it looks a bit pathetic, to say the least. So I didn't use that. I used a 6 mil hexagon hexagon cap screw. Cut it down so it goes. I've cut it down. I've cut the thread down so it goes into the keyway. So it goes into the keyway like that, which is quite easy. Another thing is, if you do order a power feed for the 16B, mine is a 2022. If I was you, I would phone Warco before you put your order in. Tell them you've got a 16, whatever date you've got, tell them the date and they should match up the gear. Because what happened with me, I ordered, it says anything pre-2024 is okay. Anyway, when it arrived, the shaft, where it's screwed to there, that shaft there, the lead screw, that's 12 mil. Well, this would not fit at all, no way. I think that's only about 10 mil. They give you this back plate, but you don't have to use it. On mine, I don't have to use it. So I've left the original one on. Oh, that's the name of the, I can't pronounce it, ALSGS, alias, anyway, that's the one I've got, and that's the number of that one. Also, when you're putting the switch on, the stops on, the little T-nuts they give you, they don't fit. These are them. What I did, I used the original ones that was in there, and I used another 6 mil bolt screw. I had to pack it with washers. I didn't cut that one down, just packed it with washers. It works fine. Also, the safety switch, that one there, it comes with this cover on, this plastic cover. I took mine off because when I set it up, I left the cover on. It didn't actually switch. It didn't stop. It just didn't stop anyway. So I took it off. It comes with a couple of springs. It's sprung loaded. Took the springs off. So I've got the ordinary arms on there now. You can see that there, the plungers. It's quite an easy fix. I think these bolts are a bit big. Screws. What I did, I centered it up. This comes in 2 pieces. Screw that on. So you get your center line there, see the two black lines. Attach that, just get it nice and square, get it nice and flat. Then lower, underneath there, underneath just there are two more of these bolts, and they secure the head, so you can turn it, you can go backwards and forwards. Now what I did with mine, I lined the gear up. See the gear in the motor. Have I got anything to poke and show you what there's something here. Something's here. Sorry about the delay. You see that there? So I packed it with grease. Also I packed it with grease. There's about a 4mm gap there. And what you can do, you can line it up with the gear, and then you can see how straight it is when it's lined up with this. You can see how straight that is. You see that there? That's how straight you need it. Have I missed anything out? Yeah, and that just drops on with these bolts here. That just drops on there. You can see it's two pieces. Just put that on first. Line it up roughly. That's all I want to do. And what I did, I left my gear loose so I could slide it into place. And make sure it meshes. I'm going to turn it on now, and this is how it should sound. Before I turn it on, I'm going to do it freehand. Just release this brake over here. Pain in the arse. I'm turning it by hand to start with. You know how quiet that is? If you hear any grinding, it means you haven't meshed your gears properly. So if you hear any grinding at all, that's nothing. Right, I'm going to turn the power feed on now. It's a very, very dim light. You can just about see that. Yeah, I'll turn it on and off. It's not very bright, to be honest. Right, it's in neutral, so that's your adjuster, speed adjuster. So you knock it into gear, so it's going to go that way, right? And there she should move. Also, don't do what I did. I had my cutter down too low, and when it came along, it hit the piece of metal I was going to cut, and this got in the way. So just be aware when it's moving across, make sure there's nothing in the way. So we'll start her up. You hear that click because it's changing, because I had it going the other way first, so it's going this way now. It's not too bad a noise. It's it going round now. You got your, I'm going to use the stop on it here. So I'm going to use the rapid speed. That's a bit noisy, but you're not going to use that all the time. So she's still going forward. I'll speed up a bit. Nicely stopped. Put her in neutral. I always turn the adjuster down. This knob here, I just turn it off. Then I go back into gear. You might hear it click again. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. Hear it click? And rapid speed again. As soon as you release it, it stops. Things in the way, that handle, put it back. So I'm taking off. It's coming along nicely. when you do order it, make sure you tell Warco the date you bought it, the date of the machine, and they should have you on record anyway. I'm only saying this for Warco. They certainly, I asked them about it. I won't say his name. I asked a certain gentleman, and within 1 day of him finding the gear, I had it. It was delivered the next day. He couriered it. He sent it by courier. Yeah, he overnighted it for me. Brilliant, absolute brilliant service. Can't moan at that, can you? Turn it off. Back forward. So sometimes it don't click. Sounds quite good. All in all, I'm really pleased with it. I'll turn it off. I'm going to leave it there. Very happy. It's working okay. There's nothing. Some of the brackets for fitting, I used some 8mm bolts. There's a back bracket, that plate there. You don't have to do any drilling or tapping. It all fits together. Put that there, and then this bracket this is attached to the actual switch itself. So you've got your spacer bracket, which pulls it out, and you can see how close it is to the top. So if you had that plastic cover on, it would be touching it. And it's perfectly okay, I think anyway, with the cover off. I mean, if I have any trouble, it's my fault. But personally, I've left mine off. Rightio, I'll leave you with the mill. Bye bye, and don't forget 16B, tell Warco what date you bought it. It might be a good idea to measure that shaft, the feed. It might be a good idea to measure that and tell them how big it is, and I'll tell you what you need, and I'll put it in the box for you. Okay, that's my tip of the day. I'll leave you in peace. Bye bye.